Good evening, oh, how dare you?
Sorry.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of ERP. That's right, ERP, three little letters that stands for Elves, Righteous Pricks. In every single fantasy setting, an elf is a righteous prick. You can fight me on it, but it's true, and you know it deep down in your heart. Picking up from 2 weeks ago, we took last week off. We needed a bit of a break. Everyone's been in quarantine. Hopefully everyone out there is staying sane and busy. And hopefully we can provide a little bit of entertainment tonight as the Devil's Advocates leave Swordbreak a lot sooner than the DM anticipated them to. After taking down a purple worm, taking its carapace back into the city, taking it up the stairs, destroying the stairs as they come on down, discovering that the person that they had been set out on a mission by to heal her of this Hickman's disease was intending to break into the Avalair stronghold and release her husband, who was on the path to lichdom. Devil's Advocates doing something they've been saying in, I think, every single town they've encountered. They just left and decided that the path that they were going to take was headed to the northwest, to the capital city of Dragontail. So, Devil's Advocates, as you exit the city of Swordbreak, at this point it's about maybe mid-afternoon, a little past lunchtime, let's say about 1:30. You head into the nice warm summer air and you feel almost an air of relief as you exit the city. Swordbreak had been a whirlwind since you entered. Obviously going inside the walls and encountering Gennick the Rook and an entire citywide lockdown. And eventually completing your quest of making sure Laurel Booth did not turn into a slad. At the current moment, Devil's Advocates, there is no pressing matters pushing you in any direction. So, for the first time, I think, in this entire campaign, I don't know the answer to this question. Devil's Advocates, what would you like to do? All right. Excellent Foley work. So, hopping on your cart, and at this point, just to clarify, last session we mentioned that the purple worm carapace piece, it had been strapped to your cart. Exactly how? The carapace itself, in terms of its arc, isn't enough to form, say, like a pitched roof over your cart. It would be kind of almost probably the apex of its bend would probably come maybe 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet higher than the edges of the walls of the cart, as well as the carapace will extend probably a good 4 to 4.5 feet out on either side. Your cart at this point kind of looks like it's growing wings. So there's 2 seats in the front. I'm going to say that maybe one of you could fit underneath the carapace, but other than that, there's not a lot of room in this cart. So, what's the travel arrangement right now?
I'm driving.
Okay.
I will sit up front as well.
Okay, Quirin and Alastair next to each other. What a bromance. Okay, Mo, Zane, and Zaz, what are you guys doing?
I'll just sit in the back, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll sit in the back.
There's space for one person, and they're going to be pretty much lying down underneath this thing. So one person can lie down, kind of like resting. 2 other people are probably either going to have to walk or find some other magical mode of transportation that the DM regrets.
I'll walk alongside the cart.
Okay.
If you want to walk, I'll...
So, Mo, you want to take that and obviously throughout the travel, you guys can switch. This isn't like this is my seat now. I bought the ticket. Here I am. So let's say right now Mo is in the middle. Zane is walking alongside. Zaz.
You know where he is.
In the chair. Okay, let me just draw a little chair thing here.
Also,
And
I'm
I
not
ass-
trading that seat. That is my seat.
That is your seat? Okay, so
Absolutely.
Zaz is staying in his chair. Okay, so as of right now, Dragontail is approximately 2.5 to 3 days travel. Because it's already halfway through the day, I'm going to say it's going to take to the end of the day and then 2 days after that. And Mo, you'd know this very well. You know the distance because you actually have made this trek before. Zane, you would more or less know this approximately, just based on your proximity to where you grew up.
Mhm.
So, heading down the road, there's only going to be 2 perception checks today. So, who would like to take the first perception check?
I'm not even
I'll take
gonna
one.
bother. I'm literally lying down.
All right. So, Zane, you're going to take a perception check?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and take that perception check. First roll of the night. That one. 16. Respectable. All right. So, looking around, Zane, leaving Swordbreak and traveling approximately maybe 35 to 40 minutes, you notice I'm going to call it an aura shift, an entire mood shift of just the surrounding area.
The vibe check.
The vibe check changes as you kind of as you head out of this meeting point between the Barrock Wilds and the High Grove. It now opens up into beautiful, just green fields. It's warm. There's not a lot of wind, and Zane, you would know this just due to the fact that the area in which Dragontail is built is surrounded by mountains, almost like a protective wall around the city. Looking out to either side, you can see where the Barrock Wilds kind of peter out towards the base of the Iron Golem Peaks to the northeast side. And looking to your left, you can see where the High Grove kind of starts turning along the base of the same mountain range. The road here is very well traveled and very well kept. There's not a lot of divots or puddle spots or anything like that. It's a fairly smooth travel. And with a 16 Zane, looking down the road, you can kind of see camps now are starting to pack up what would have been their midday meal and continue on their path. This is a very busy road. There's a lot of people going to and fro. Other than that, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
So before we make the evening perception check, is there anything anyone would like to do?
I'm just driving.
You're just driving? Just kind of enjoying the relief for once?
Yep.
All right. Excellent.
I'm
Who
that,
would... Go ahead.
I'm that guy in the back of the truck who's sitting on a bucket.
Okay.
Not really where he should is used to be sitting. You know, it's just
Yep.
kind of like I really shouldn't be doing this, but
Yeah, kind of the
choice.
you're kind of the dangerous guy in the back of the pickup truck, right?
Please don't get pulled over. Please don't get pulled over.
I'm not sure if there's actually traffic laws. I might have to write those up. All right. So, as the evening comes upon you, sunset is fairly late in the day. You assume at this point you're starting to reach the pinnacle of when summer would be. For this point here, can I get Zane and Mo to make a history check? Alastair, make that same history check with disadvantage. Quirin, a history check with disadvantage, but your DC will be a lot higher. And Zaz, you won't be able to make this history check.
Okay.
I got a nat 1.
A nat 1.
I got
Okay.
a 12.
Okay.
21.
21.
Advantage.
12.
12. Okay. So actually this makes a lot of sense. Zane, this particular topic, and I'm going to tell you why this is in that one for you. The day in question has never been of your interest and probably will never be of your interest. Alastair and Quirin.
Yeah, I hate Wednesdays.
Alastair and Quirin.
But on Wednesdays we wear pink.
Alastair and Quirin, the pinnacle of summer doesn't mean anything to you. Mo. The pinnacle of summer, as you're kind of sitting there and thinking about how warm it is, the pinnacle of summer you actually know as an event known as the Longest Day. The Longest Day is a celebratory event typically held only in Dragontail, though it has kind of expanded to other cities over the years. And it's more of a public holiday celebrating sport. It's particularly interesting to you, Mr. Milner, due to the fact that the gladiator fights during the Longest Day are open to the public and are non-lethal. So it's basically field day,
Yeah.
more or less, but a little bit more summer solstice thing. So with that, just covering that point, because you guys are getting dangerously close to the Longest Day, who would like to make the evening perception check?
I'll take it.
All right, Zaz, go ahead.
Perception.
Yeah, you should have a high perception. 20.
God damn.
As the sun is going down, Zaz, you're sitting lazily in your chair, thinking to yourself how this almost dry-ish heat is going to be affecting your friends on your shoulder, and you kind of almost absent-mindedly kind of glance off to the side of the road, and you see what appears to be several very small footprints that kind of just appear out of nowhere and kind of scamper on beside the road. With a 20, you notice that these footprints are like sunken in very deep, as if whatever was stepping there had very small feet but was very, very heavy, almost leaving like a golf divot.
Okay.
Yeah. And they continue on down the road, and you watch for a little bit, and you see them kind of cross the path and disappear, and you pick up on them a couple times, but for the most part, they don't seem to stop. They just seem to continue heading in the same direction you guys are heading. So, with that, it is the end of the day. Do you guys want to push forward a little bit longer, or would you like to bed down for the night?
We're not in a rush.
How's the sun? Is it still
At this point,
hot?
It's hot. I'd say today was sitting at a nice balmy like 26 degrees.
Oh, I more meant. Sorry, I wasn't specific. I more meant the current. Like, is there still sun out, or like is
Barely.
it-
Right now, you're greeted
Okay.
with quite a pretty sunset, actually, just over the mountains. It really brings out the mist in the mountain tops. So you guys probably have another, let's say 20, maybe 15 minutes of sunlight. What are you guys doing?
Are we, you guys want to stop here, keep pushing, or what's everyone's plan? I've got a splinter in my foot. I've been trying to get it for ages.
I know you keep putting it to your mouth. It is disgusting.
What? My teeth are sharper than my fingernails, okay?
Zane stretches and cracks his back, and he goes, "We could stop here."
Well, it's fine by me.
Of the cart.
Okay. So, previously when setting up camp, you guys have been very kind of roughing it. However, your situation currently is a little bit different as you have cargo. How is camp being set up?
Vertically.
Excellent.
I would probably suggest we take the cart and use the carapace as a lean-to, sort of, as kind of like as part of the camp.
Okay.
I guess that's my suggestion. That's what I would see.
Now, is Alastair saying this, or are you just kind of conversing with the players?
Yeah, that's kind of what I would. Yeah.
Okay. This is for you guys to discuss. At this point, you guys have pulled over, and the Devil's Advocates have begun setting up camp. How are you guys working it here? You have quite a big and very loud piece of cargo with you.
What is it, like a big sheet of metal that goes whoop, 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 every time you fucking move it?
No, it's like a big half-inch thick sheet of metal
Huh.
that is like it took two of you to lift this thing. It's surprisingly heavy, considering its thickness. But I'm trying to think best way to describe it. You grab it expecting it to be heavy, and it is indeed heavy, but not quite as heavy as you would expect, like, biological armor to be on something the size of a purple worm, if that makes sense.
Okay.
That's my
I
bag
didn't
on the
realize we
cart.
took that much of the carapace.
So I'm just trying to, for some reason I'm a little stupid when it comes to imagining this thing. So it's like it's very long and slightly rounded, right?
Very slightly, yes.
It's like somebody gave it one or two runs through a bender, but not.
Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, and it's a purple worm's armor is it already has a thick skin, but on its back it has a series of like plates, kind of that would layer over, and you have taken one of these plates off of it. The hardest part of the purple worm.
Like a scale?
Yeah, but a scale that's like 20 feet long and 10 feet wide.
We could just take and lean it against the side of the cart.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. The other option is we could sleep on top of it. So, you know, if anyone tries to take it, they'll have to literally move all of us off of it somehow first.
We can sleep under it. I can't imagine anyone would try to steal it under these circumstances.
Yeah, I guess that works. Just kind of half lean it against the cart.
Okay.
Just getting out rope and all kinds of stuff to try and like lash a piece of it maybe, and having a hard time.
Yeah, make a survival check.
Okay.
For that, because it's not impossible, but I'm curious.
10.
You think you get a good tie on it, and every time you go and kind of pull, it just kind of catches something the wrong way, and it just undoes every time. It's just such an awkward shape and size that there's no real good way to tie onto it unless you were to try and punch a hole through it.
I'm gonna go and once, like, you know, kind of when you're on a job site and you set up a ladder and you kind of eyeball it and you're like getting that 3-to-1 ratio.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of look at that, and then
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of find some wood or whatever. I've got a few fucking broken handles off shit anyways.
Yeah.
And just kind of tent post those
Okay.
at the edge that is at the ground, and just kind of put a couple, just
Okay. Just to
If,
stop it
you
from
know.
sliding off. I see.
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit
all
of
right, cool.
resistance.
Cool. So, Quirin, you're under the cart.
Yep.
Okay, Zaz, where are you thinking of sleeping?
Just wherever. Probably on my chair.
On
All right,
top of the cart
fall
the
asleep
chair.
in the chair. All right. And then Zane, Mo, and Alaster, you guys are going to be underneath the carapace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, as you set up camp and you kind of sit there for a second, you all kind of discuss ideas on how to best set up your sleeping arrangements. The sun goes down, and you notice that down the road, easily visible, is a number of campfires. You see the silhouettes of quite a few caravans. In the distance, you hear Zaz. You'd hear this. You hear the sound of birds kind of flutter away, and when you look in that direction, you see someone kind of pulling what looks like a small deer out from underneath a tree that they've killed for their dinner. So, this is your first night camping, doing the 3-shift thing. Who's taking first shift?
I'll take first.
Okay.
I'll team. I'll tag along with him.
Okay, Zaz and Mo. All right. So, the rest of you bed down for the night. Zaz and Mo, you guys can either make individual perception checks, or you can one of you can make one with advantage due to the help action.
I'd be okay for separate.
Okay.
Great.
Crit. Okay, Zaz, you're an outworlder, so I need to
You
phrase
see
this.
everything.
I need to phrase this. Several miles away, Zaz, you see on the horizon, kind of framed by the moonlight just hitting correctly, you see what appears to be the top of a tower. Very nondescript. However, from this distance, you can see very bright lights at the very top of the tower. It's, if you were to hazard a guess, you'd say this tower is probably, from this distance, you could guess anywhere between 350 to 400 feet tall.
Okay.
That's what you see off in the distance. Mo,
Is it
for the
really
most part, you
small
see-
and close, or really big and far away?
I'm sorry. One God.
Oh.
yeah, no, Zaz, that's what you see. Mo, just kind of looking around, nothing out of the ordinary.
Cool.
All right. Is there anything you guys would like to do during your shift, or?
Not overly.
Okay. So, we will pass off to second shift then. Who is taking shift 2?
I'll take it.
Okay. Zane and Alaster. All right. So, same thing goes. You can either make separate, or one of you can make it with advantage.
What do you think, Al?
How? I'm good for separate. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Alaster, you see a light off in the distance. Same direction that Zaz saw the tower. You see a fairly bright light. Zane, it's a fairly quiet night. It's really quite peaceful. But yeah, Alaster, you do see that light off into kind of the northeast.
Kind of stare at it for a bit, like to the point where it kind of imprints on your retina, and you look away and you see another light, and then I get confused by that
It's
for a
actually,
minute.
I should reiterate, this light unnaturally bright.
Kind of just make a note of it. I suppose.
Okay. Zane and Alaster, is there anything you guys would like to do during your shift? Oh, God. Oh, perfect. All right. Is there anything you two would like to do during your shift?
Not I.
Okay.
Just sitting back, doing anything, enjoying the solemn night.
All right. With that, night passes without much issue. And excuse me, shift 3. Who's taking shift 3?
I only wake up if somebody gets me.
I know. Zaz, at this point, you have taken your long rest.
Yeah.
So.
As I'm going to bed, I'll just kind of nudge Quirin's shin,
Wait for it.
calf.
Wait for
Mm.
it. Actually, Mo, you're stirred slightly as the purple worm carapace kind of shifts a little.
But it doesn't fall.
It does not fall. I rolled.
I'll go back to bed.
Okay. So Quirin is up. Is it just Quirin taking that last shift?
As far as I know, I don't know if anybody else is up.
All right. So Quirin, make your perception check.
That's not right.
That's Twitch.
Yep.
That's Twitch plus 6. It's a plus 6 to our Twitch stream.
11. There we go.
11.
Get rid of that.
You're kind of, when you wake up some mornings and your vision's just blurry and you can't fully wake up? Like, you had a world-ending sleep. Like, for the first time in a while, there was not this feeling of dread that there was slads coming, and you slept like a fucking baby, and you're having a hard time waking up. But for the most part, the night passes without much issue.
Just gonna sit there like half nodding back to sleep in front of the fire.
Yep. Night passes without much issue, and you wake up for your second day of travel. So, at this point, I assume you all strap the carapace back onto the cart,
Yeah.
or kind of rest it there lightly. Is more accurate.
Yeah. I'll pull my stakes out for
Okay.
further use.
All right.
Pat the hempen rope that's slightly tying it and say, "Yeah, it's not going anywhere." As is tradition.
As is tradition, yes. I find myself doing that at work quite a bit. I like to pull on the ratchet strap so it goes bong, and I go, yeah, that's not going nowhere. Anywho. God damn it. I could do that with dirt, and that dirt's not going anywhere. So, for the sake of brevity, there will be 3 perception checks. A morning, an afternoon, and a dusk. So let's get those out of the way. Who's taking morning?
I will.
All right. Who's taking afternoon?
I will.
Who's taking night? Or
I'll do
dusk,
it.
excuse me. All right. So we're going to go Zane, Alaster, Zaz.
Zane Alaster Zaz. I thought it was
Alaster Zane's
Alaster Zane
Zaz?
Zaz.
Yes. It's just you 3 are taking it.
Yeah.
I just listed off names. That's all.
16.
Okay.
7.
25.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
That is a range right there.
That is quite the range. Wow. Wow. All right.
There's our lottery numbers for the night.
Yep, your lucky numbers for the evening are 7, 16, and 25. So, traveling along the road, Alaster, you see it. I'm trying to think best way to describe it. What you see is I guess the best way to describe it is a lemonade stand.
Okay.
And on this, it takes a bit, and he's underneath what looks like a very young tree that's just providing the smallest amount of shade. And there's this ramshackle table sitting in front of this maybe 2.5 to 3 foot tall gnome, sitting on a chair that is just high enough that when he tilts his feet forward, his toes just kind of scrape the ground. He's got one of those like vaudeville curly mustaches going on.
Nice.
And he has kind of like a side cut, but that kind of like gentlemanly, like swoop and poof kind of haircut. Overall, he looks more or less like a circus, a ringleader. He's sitting there in a nice suit, and as you pull up, you can see on the table is a variety of brightly colored sticks.
That's all that's on the table?
It's just a bunch of sticks. They're brightly colored. Some are tapered.
Okay.
Yep.
Quinn, pull over. This looks interesting.
Is it going to be like the wrestling thing?
I don't know. I'm just getting off.
Okay. Gross. All right.
Hey.
Oh.
Let's go.
All right.
And I'll.
And that's it, everyone. That's the campaign. All right. So you're coming down, and he as you kind of approach, he looks up, and you notice now at this point that he's wearing very thin rimmed glasses, like almost wire frame glasses, and in front of his eyes are like maybe like 3/4 of an inch thick glass that just magnifies his eyes.
Like Trailer Park Boys style?
Yeah, like I'm thinking more like the toy restorer in Toy Story 2.
Oh, okay.
You know, like just magnified. And he kind of looks up and goes, yes, enhanced. He looks up and he got a big grin. You notice his teeth are a little yellowed. He goes, why, hello there.
Hello, what are you selling? Sorry. My name is Lasta Zafin of the Devil's Advocates, and your stand looked interesting.
Why, thank you. He kind of looks at you, he goes, do you really, not know what these are?
They look like sticks.
Yeah, and right you are, Al. We're gonna call you Al.
Is that really sticking?
Oh, yes.
Oh, all right. Yeah, sticks. What do they do?
You strike me as the type of gentleman who likes to write things in books and use magic.
Books, not my forte. Magic, maybe.
What is your specialty?
Flame.
Ooh. Well, these sticks, as you call them, are often called wands.
How do they work?
You hit them at things.
I'm gonna grab one and point it at him.
Okay. Describe the stick you pick up and point at him.
It looks like a very small they're like the middle of like a banister.
It's more stumpy than anything.
It's slightly stumpy, fine.
Okay.
It's not smooth or it's kind of just oddly shaped and
Got ridges in all the right places.
yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
What color is it?
The one that I picked up is definitely like magenta,
Magenta.
purple, pinkish color.
So as you pointed at him, nothing happens. And he kind of looks at you and smiles and goes, "See, it's interesting. Though I say it's very simple, in order for you to absorb this magic into yourself and to use it, you have to sit down and really get to know the wand. Work it, if you would. It takes somewhere upwards of maybe an hour even.
I'm gonna hit it
if
on
you've
the table a couple times.
You see kind of like some sparks. He goes, okay, please, would you please stop?
Well, what does that one do? Does nothing.
That one in particular, if you point it at someone a certain number of times per day, they just stop moving.
Oh,
I see this happening from the cart, and I jump off, or
Okay.
if walking, I just head towards it.
I'd say I would have switched places, so I was walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Zane's head towards the cart.
Okay.
Sorry, to the table. Sorry.
Excuse me. I see you have a lot of wands. Do you happen to buy curious wands?
Unfortunately, no. I am just a seller. I have a supplier. Just down the road there in the lovely city of Dragontail. People sometimes don't necessarily head into Dragontail to shop. They need protection on this road, so I sit here and sell my wares.
what? Do you have a business name or a?
Well, not really. People call me Wilfred Fizzlebang, mainly due to the fact that that is indeed my name. And I am simply a independent wand seller, purchasing them at Dragontail and moving them further down the road for your convenience at a very small increase in price, just for my time.
Zane, I'm not really interested. This isn't really my. I like to hit things with a big old sword. That's kind of my.
Sounds satisfying.
Now, what kind of wands do you have?
Yes.
Just
It-
anything for protection, for attack?
We have ones for protection. We have, let's see here. He kind of looks at a small piece of paper. He goes, we have some here for protection. We have some here to make sure the place you're going into is indeed safe. We have some here for causing quite a bit of damage. And we have we have the occasional one here that is a novelty item.
And what do the novelty ones do?
Do you have someone in your life that could smile more?
I
I
look at
guess.
Look back at Quirin.
Don't.
Well, it's like, if you do, then I have the wand for you. Alternatively, do you have someone in your life that needs to smile less?
No, I don't believe so.
Really? Looking at Zane. Really? There's no one in your life that you would like to smile less?
Get that one.
How much are there?
Well, that depends. I can take some trade, but if you're looking at straight gold, I could part with the one that makes people happy for 110 gold, and the one that makes people sad for 120 gold.
Now, when you say trade, you won't take this, and I pull out my wand.
Kind of. He looks at it for a sec. Oh, giggity.
Yeah.
ERP. ERP. He kind of looks at it for a second. He goes, no, not a chance. No, thank you. Put it away. No.
Zane puts the wand away.
Oh, come on! You could show him what it does.
Nope. I'm very well aware what it does, and I do not need that level of destruction in my life. Thank you kindly. So, could I interest you in perhaps a smile for who was it that needed to smile more?
What's the most expensive wand you've got?
That's a good question. Let me look at this here. Well, we have this one here.
Wand of fresh to cheese.
Wand of what?
Flesh
Oh
to
my
cheese.
God!
Ah!
No! One sec, I'm making a note.
I know, I like
Wand
bones to milk better.
of flesh.
Calcium for good bones and teeth.
What was that? Bones to milk?
Yep.
But milk makes strong bones and teeth.
What's stronger than pure milk?
Bones! Yes.
Okay, DM.
Yes.
Are there any wands on the table that look like the Wand of Wonder? Look similar to?
Not even remotely.
Not even remotely?
No, the wand of wonder has kind of these weird offshoots, and it's multicolored and it's kind of oddly shaped. And when you look at it in comparison to these other wands that are brightly colored, some are ornate, but they're all straight. They're all one color. None of them have like little add-ons.
Fuck,
It's-
okay.
It's very much you look at the wand of wonder, you're like, oh wow, this is very unique.
Okay, so I'm just twiddling around with the Wand of Wonder.
Okay. Giggity. He goes, okay, well, yes, the most expensive one I have here. If you're perhaps a skilled spellcaster and you'd like things to hit up a little bit harder, I have one here. It's he kind of looks at his sheet. 175,000 gold pieces.
Why do you carry something so expensive around out in the
Oh, it's not on the
wilderness?
table at all.
That's a
It's hidden.
poor selling feature, but okay, I suppose. I did ask that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Zane's in the background of this conversation playing with the Wand of Wonder.
Okay, are you using it?
You'll see.
Okay.
That's a yes. All right. What do you have? Okay. So we had 110, 120 gold pieces
Yes.
for those two. What about like the 300, 400 range?
Ah, that's a good question. He again looks at this sheet of paper. Oh, let's see. I have one here. I have one here that will more or less turn you into a spider.
I have the right number of legs currently.
Well, no, it doesn't. Oh, you're a smart one. No, the this particular one just gives you the web spinning powers. Turns you into some sort of Spider-Man, if you would.
I'm just thinking about shooting silk out of my butt.
You're not wrong. the sigh.
I don't.
That
I'm
was
not-
a wand, right?
Yes, it's a wand.
Is it when I point at someone, they get spider stuff, or I have spider stuff while I have the wand?
The wand does spider stuff for you.
I'm
Do
just
you,
taking
can my
over-
chair use a wand?
Yeah, you're a spellcaster.
My chair can use a wand.
Oh, your chair. Sorry, I misheard you. No.
God, no.
Spider
Yes.
chair?
Yeah, that is a fuck no. I'm going to no, God no,
Hold up,
no, no.
Did we just think about the fact that Zaz wants to make his chair somewhat sentient
That's not a surprise.
and a spellcaster?
I'm gonna have to fucking give you full stats for that chair soon, aren't I?
My chair casts blight.
Is that currently sitting on the chair?
Yes.
Okay.
Fireball.
I am actually legit sweating here right now because right now I have a character sitting there holding a wand of wonder going, is this happening? Yeah. Okay. Is this happening? Yeah. Okay.
It's like somebody playing with a nuke in the background of a nice conversation.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
I just want to see what and where everything is.
Nothing here is magical.
Nothing.
Huh.
He's a shyster.
Huh. Can you give us like a demonstration or something before I buy a silly wand that does fun things?
As much as I would like to, I myself am not proficient with magic. I'm just a charismatic face to put behind the wands.
Do you have a money back guarantee or something like that? I don't want to part with my hard-earned gold if there seems to be a problem or something happens. Is there a warranty or?
Well, he kind of thinks for a second. He goes, warranty, no. Just due to the simple fact, and he kind of looks and peers over at the purple worm carapace and goes, perhaps you'll understand this. Oftentimes, people who say, grab a wand of fireball, don't necessarily go into the safest of situations, you see. So just due to the nature of the item, I really can't offer a warranty if, say, I don't know, an orc hits you really hard and you snap your wand against a wall. You understand, of course. As for money back guarantee, I've never had to offer one. I don't see why not.
Can I roll an insight check?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's. Shitty.
He's hard to read just due to the fact that you can tell. I'm trying to think the best way. Have you ever watched someone in an infomercial and they seem like the least genuine person you've ever met, but you know that they're ingenuine because they're trying to sell you something?
Yeah.
It's like, he's putting on a facade, and you know that this is not how he actually is, but you can't tell if it's like a malicious lie or if it's just selling. It's a very difficult situation to try and read someone's intentions. So he's looking, goes, well, could I interest you in perhaps some smiles, some scowls?
Just
fireball.
Give us a moment.
Of course.
Zane.
Eh?
None of the things on the table are mad. He's not even wearing anything.
Maybe we should whisper.
I guess I wasn't stage whispering, but I kind of turned away.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of humor, Alastair was not whispering. No, you did hide your conversation from you. You stepped far enough away that all he kind of hears is.
So you don't think the wands are real?
No, I mean, unless, but I've done that spell before, and anything that's magical, regardless of if you have to spend time with it, has some sort of aura. They just look like funny painted sticks. I mean, I didn't really feel anything when I picked up that stumpy one.
Oh, so it's just a scam artist. I mean, what can we do about it? Unless you want to mess with him or something.
I was raised.
Zane's
not to
still fiddling
trust
around with the Wand of Wonder.
salesmen.
Please stop.
I was raised not to trust salesmen, so.
What?
How? You what?
What do you?
No. You know what? Having read Mo's backstory, yeah, Mo, you were trained not to train people that just come to trust people that just come to your door and try and take your money. That's 100% canon.
Huh?
Mo's father didn't like that. Didn't like. No, he didn't. I'm gonna say, and back me up on this, Scott. I'm gonna say that just due to your history, your family, and therefore how you were raised, probably not a fan of unannounced visitors.
Yes, yeah.
110%. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
As funny as that sounds, yes. Good call.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know. Why don't you show them what real magic looks like?
Or we could leave.
And Zane turns 180, points the Wand of Wonder directly at the salesperson, goes, pew!
So roll
29.
the D.
It's been already done.
Oh, okay, one
Zane's
second.
not hesitating today.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, 1 second. Let me see what 29 is. This can't be good.
At least I've got full health.
Really? Really? Okay.
Are we looking at the D&D Beyond guide?
Yeah, what is 29 for you?
Stinking cloud.
Stinking cloud again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you saw before, a cloud of yellow nauseous gas just appears around the salesman. Which, how much?
That envelops
much
everybody.
It's 20-foot radius. I'm gonna say
We did walk
to be
back.
the point. Yeah, to be the
Yeah.
point where he wouldn't hear you. You guys would be probably further than 20 feet away.
All right, Zane gets back on the cart.
Well, hold on 1 second. This
No,
does.
Zane gets back on the cart.
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, so as Zane gets back on the cart, the rest of you just kind of stand there, just kind of going, ah, as in the clouds you hear.
Now's a good time to go. Let's go.
No, don't you other guys want to talk or, get something? No.
No, Corin. I'll walk with Zane or Zaz down the road. I'm
Okay,
just following his
you guys are heading down the road. So you're just leaving the salesman. Oh, what? Yep. Yeah, accurate. So as the devil's advocates head down the road, Zane, your perception check is lower, just due to the fact that you're sitting there pretty proud of yourself. And in the distance, as you travel along, you can faintly hear
What's the duration of that spell?
yeah, enough that he's gonna be puking for a while. Like he's not enveloped in it, but you made him pretty sick. Like, have you guys ever like had a tomato-based something for lunch in Tupperware, and then left it in your lunch bag on Friday, and opened your lunch bag on Sunday night? Yeah, a year later, and it's just you open it up, you're like, "Ugh!" just that.
I was more thinking that that smell that a house gets at the end of a night of a party.
Oh
after
yeah.
a combination of booze, whatever drugs, and people just getting sick.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh.
Just a nasty, yeah. So, by the evening, Zaz, with the 25 there at the end of the day, you kind of look over to what would almost be due east, and you can see very clearly now a absolutely massive tower, just almost pyramid-like in how wide it is at the bottom, as opposed to how pointy it is at the top. There's no taper or anything like that. It's just almost a straight, just pyramid tower with a kind of a round, almost one-piece top hat roof on top. And you can see a large window at the very top. You can't see into it. It's made of very old-looking stone. It has vines creeping up the sides. It seems that there's quite a bit of horses and carts and smaller buildings at its base. There's not much you can really discern from this distance in terms of full detail, but you now fully see this tower in your sight.
Okay.
Wow, it's
All right.
pretty big, isn't it? Wait, is that the thing that had the light on it?
Yep.
Right on.
Riveting.
I feel like we've become closer as friends.
Definitely.
Remind me not to make Zane angry. I might be throwing
why?
up for weeks.
It wasn't even anger, he just pointed a stick at somebody for being, what was he, a fake salesman, you said?
Oh yeah, none of those sticks did anything. They were just brightly colored and shaped weird.
I mean, it's not like I burned down his stand.
Typically, you're a little bit more neutral, though.
God, with that thing you could have released like a whole bunch of large butterflies and burnt down a forest all at the same time.
DM, do we know it's a wand of wonder? Because right now all Zane thinks is it's a wand of stinky.
Stink wand!
We also know that it blew up, well, you know that it blew up the side, we don't.
Yeah, you know that it blew up the side of Avalair's stronghold and was potentially the reason Genic the Rook escaped.
Mhm.
But other than that, really, you know that people don't tend to want it. They have to sell it. Kind of like, think of like Monkey's Paw type thing.
Mm.
Yeah, for the most part, you don't know really much about it other than, you know, it does things randomly. You're welcome to try it more. So at this point, the sun is going down. And as you guys come to a spot where it looks okay to camp, the sun goes down. And within this distance, you all see the tower to the east light up like a Christmas tree. Like, the second that the sun is behind those mountains, the tower is lit. And it's very bright. And from this distance, you guys are a couple miles, you're about a day's travel away. You can see that this tower's light is acting kind of like a searchlight. It's just kind of like flicking around to different spots. It's not staying in one space. It's not on a pattern. It's just like highlighting different sections, almost like it's a jittery searching eye.
Like a lighthouse?
A lighthouse if the lighthouse was sentient and worried that something was sneaking up on it.
Do I have any clue what that is?
You know what this place is, yeah?
Okay.
You know this place as Jaren's Outpost. Anyone who went to school, make a history
Zane.
check.
Zane went to
Any type of
school.
schooling, whether it be tribe schooling. Zaz, I'll let you make this history check with disadvantage, actually.
Oh
Okay.
boy, 6.
I technically didn't go to school, so...
What was the check again?
History.
21.
Mo,
Two.
I'll let you make the check because
Hmm.
this is something they teach very young students. Okay, a 2. 21 from Quirin, okay.
Hmm. No. I skipped that
Okay.
day.
So, Alastair and Mo, Zaz, you're not with a 2. You don't know what this thing is.
Mhm.
It's just a big tower. Alastair and Mo, you know that Mo, you know this place is called Jaren's Outpost. Alastair, you've heard of a tower near Dragontail called Jaren's Outpost. So Zane and Quirin, and Zane, I will tell you at the point here where your knowledge of this would stop to continue on with Quirin. Jaren's Outpost was created in... One sec, I have to open a document here that I did not because I am a dum-dum. There it is. My computer wants to work with me here. Come on, work with me. Work with me. Jaren's outpost, was ordered to be constructed by the paranoid king Jaren Darafen. This is a name all of you had heard before. It kind of clicks now. Zane and Quirin, as Jaren Darafen was the one who implemented that law when you first got to Swordbreak, the militia law. It was constructed in approximately 100 AE, so 228-ish years ago. Jaren Darafen was known as the Paranoid King, and ruled during the Age of War. This is Zane, where your knowledge ends. Quirin, you're told that Jaren's outpost acts as a place of refuge, study, and possible deployment for powerful magical agents of the king, and acts as a search tower or defense of anything that the kingdom currently finds unwanted. It stands almost as a searchlight, looking for things entering the High Grove or existing in the High Grove that shouldn't be there.
All I'm thinking is Sauron's eye with anxiety. Is it over here?
You're actually, yeah, 110% Sauron's eye with anxiety.
So it's a not alright house?
Yes. Like, and looking at this, everyone who's now looking at it, this searchlight is like moving so quickly, it's almost at certain points strobe-like as it looks to one side and the other. It looks like it's panicking at all times.
Poor thing.
I feel sort of sad for it.
Oh, that man was a little crazy.
What man?
The king. People hear stories.
Actually, Jaren Darafen, not a popular king. People who were raised, probably Zane and Mo, you two will have heard stories growing up of the king that even in his elder years would have his guards check his closets and underneath his bed for assassins, would have his food tasted, and is typically depicted as kind of a what's what I'm looking for? Like a negative archetype of someone who worries themselves to death. But this is over 200 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, do we head towards the tower, or do we continue on the path?
Not.
It's a place to rest or to see magical stuff. I don't think we need to rest there if we're going to Dragontail.
Yeah, I don't think we need to go there.
It's also about a day's travel in, the wrong direction, kind of, Is there like a road going that way, or
There's a road less traveled. Yeah,
okay.
it's a path. It's not really a road. You'd assume that most people traveling there would be either on foot or horseback, not cart.
Oh, okay.
So at this point, you guys have pulled over to set up camp. I'm assuming camp is set up the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, doing the 3-shift rotation again. Who's first shift?
I'll go first.
I'll go.
Okay. All right. Zane and Zaz, make your perception checks.
Excuse, what did you say?
Your perception checks.
Your perception checks?
21.
Nat 20.
Holy shit.
You can see all.
Zaz is like, I can see in the dark. Zane goes,
I can
That's
see
cute.
God!
For a split second, Zane, you are convinced that you see a large, like, triangular red marker sticking in the ground in front of you, and then suddenly gone. Both of you kind of are sitting there silently when you do see a as the light kind of points towards you guys both for a second, because you both rolled beautifully, just kind of squinting in the light, you both squint in just the right way that you see the silhouette very vaguely, not even really a silhouette, but like a dark speck in the light that you could discern is a person standing at the top of the tower, just blocking the light enough that it's barely visible. Like, we're talking like you're looking at the moon and you can barely see the craters visible. But there appears to be someone at the top of the tower all those miles away. And you're not entirely sure why it's so clear.
Okay.
All right. So, does the shift pass without any anything you guys want to do?
Not really.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. All right. Second shift.
I'll do it.
Okay. Just Alastair?
I'll get up.
Okay. Alastair and Mo. Go ahead and make your perception checks.
16.
1 second.
You have a 16 and...
1 second.
Yep.
I always forget my numbers. 8.
8. At this point in the night, Alastair, you do see off in the distance, it appears someone is returning from a hunt, probably maybe a mile, maybe about a mile down the road from you, and is pulling a deer behind them, very late. They look pretty sluggish, but they are returning with a kill. But other than that, you guys don't see much. It seems like another very calm night. This general area of Dragontail seems very peaceful, especially during this time of year.
I'd like to take out my dagger and a whetstone and sharpen it so it's razor sharp. And then I'm going to attempt to cut my hair because it's getting long and I want it back to the way I want it. So I would like to make a either sleight of hand or performance check on that.
That'd be a performance check, yeah.
Corey,
Yeah.
we're in a quarantine and you're cutting your own hair
Oh, man.
in this role-playing game that you do.
Yeah.
Roll for scalping?
15. Not bad.
15. It ain't the best haircut you ever had. It's not quite even in all places, but it's pretty good. Mo, you're watching this, and you kind of scratch your mane of like thick, almost auburn hair. You ginger fuck, and just kind of think, pussy, and just.
What? I'm doing it in the fucking dark by feel. Like.
Actually, you know what? Do me a favor. Make that performance check again.
Oh boy, here we go.
Right,
I guess
isn't it?
Fire.
There is a campfire, but
Okay.
you don't really have a mirror, do you?
No, I guess 15.
Okay. Yep. No change. Just making sure it's not a nat 1 and you cut your ear
A
off.
few moments where I look over and I was like, this is... You watch somebody do something, and you know that saying anything might make the situation
Make it worse.
worse by startling them.
If any of the devil's advocates at this point had a piece of coal, Mo's asshole could have turned it into a diamond. Just due to the utmost stress of watching Alastair, not known for his finesse, cut around his ears, and blindly like shave the back of his head. Bo's just sitting there like, oh man, I'm covered in scars and this is making me uncomfortable.
Just like wide-eyed. Make eye contact. Make eye contact. Look at me.
Yeah, the whole time.
Tossing the dagger up and down. Mo, you want me to give you a trim?
Not a chance.
You're lost.
You made me nervous and you weren't even touching me.
Giggity.
I'm not proud to say it, but sometimes I have an effect on some people.
I get up. End of my watch.
Yeah.
I'll go tap Quirin as I go to bed.
All right. The carapace shakes again. Doesn't fall though.
Suppose I'll put my stuff away and go back to bed.
All right. So Quirin's taking the last watch.
There's just a pile of hair by the campfire.
What the?
Actually, I'm going to assume, Alastair, you threw the hair onto the campfire.
Yeah, and it smells awful.
Yeah, it just smells like burnt hair here, Quirin.
Try and shift around. You'll get it everywhere. What the fuck? 23.
23. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, one second. I gotta roll. Alright. Yeah, you're looking at this tower and it's unsettling watching this, Quirin. You're used to most things in your life have been of the natural sort, for the most part. You've seen the occasional golem or stuff like this, but this tower and the way it's moving upsets you. It's just not natural. You know what I mean? Like, it really upsets you.
Like watching a Alastair at the college. I just keep darting around.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to do during your watch?
Unicorn cigarette.
Yeah?
Sit there and just try and forget about the eye.
Okay. It's difficult. Did Zane just fart in his sleep?
That was me.
What?
That sounded like.
Oh, it sounded like Spoolie. Just the pitch it was at. Was that Alastair just farted?
Yeah, it definitely was.
Quirin, turning around to kind of cringe at Alastair, you look back at the three of them sleeping next to the cart under the stars.
Let him sleep.
You turn back and look at the tower and you go, it's a good thing there's nothing covering those three.
Oh, shit. Get up. Go to look for the carapace.
It's gone.
Just keep smoking my cigarette for a second. Look around a bit more.
All right, make an investigation check.
Like a farmer with a cigarette hanging out of his mouth looking at a broken tractor.
Yep.
Shit.
Or, like, seeing the hole in the fence and wondering how the fuck the cattle got out.
Yeah.
10.
10. You can see that in the direction that their heads are pointing, there is indeed small dragging marks. But it's still pretty dark. At this point, there's maybe like an hour left in your shift.
Go over and nudge Zaz.
Hmm?
Somebody took the flipper worm piece.
The worm chunk?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Do we need it?
if we don't tell them that I think they wanted armor or something about it, I don't know.
They can look through our stuff. I don't think we took it.
No, there are drag marks away from the area. Sorry, the cigarette is a little fuzzy right now. Oof.
Yeah. Hold on, just let me get up.
Do you have any donuts? Just really craving something right now.
Corin's got the munches.
Hold on, let me check in my pockets. And I'm gonna like root through the pockets of the chair and see if there's any food or anything.
I don't know. Zaz, have you put any food in the pocket? Have you put anything in the chair's pockets?
I was about to say I haven't put anything in these pockets except other people. I put what the hell were they? No, was it a dog? I put something in there that was like actual
Kobold.
A kobold, yeah.
Right.
I don't think he had a donut, but I mean he might have dropped something.
He's shit in there.
Yes. Yes, he did. You stick your hand in, it's just. Oh.
It's probably old and dried by now.
There's no air in a bag of holding.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I do not have a donut.
I'm just imagining Zaz sticking his hand in there, feeling shit, and just like deadpan, slow turning to Quirin. No, I don't have a donut.
Are you going to take your hand out of the chair?
It's my chair. I'll do what I want. Don't you have to wake people up?
I don't have to. That's why I'm talking to you right now. I don't care about that stupid worm piece.
Oh, okay, so you woke me up for an emergency that's actually a non-emergency.
Exactly.
Gonna kind of just like curl up in a ball and face away from Quirin. Gonna rotate the chair ever so slowly so I stay away from Quirin.
Zaz kind of curls up in a ball looking away, and the chair just kind of like picks up one leg, kind of like Snooty, and just and turns like sharply 90 degrees.
Does it make noise?
It skitters across the dirt a little bit, yeah.
Right, I know that I just woke you up. I did. Yes, I did wake you up. Really hungry.
Mm-hmm.
What? What's I? Go back and sit down by the fire.
Okay.
Wait out the rest of my shift.
All right. About an hour passes and the sun rises. Quirin, your unicorn cigarettes slowly fades away. Zane, Mo, and Alastair, you're woken up by the feeling of warm sun on your face.
I take one look, realize it isn't there, and do two things. Drink the remaining whatever alcohol I have left, and just start up a cigarette. Just kind of like, this is the morning I've woke up to.
Okay.
Can I see the drag mark? Or can I see, like...
Make an investigation check. While he's doing that,
like-
Alastair and Zane, what are you two doing as you wake up?
I wake up and I'm kind of wide-eyed. What? Did you guys move it?
Oh, that's right. No, it disappeared during the night.
What do you mean it disappeared during the night?
I looked, it was there. I looked away. I looked back, and it was gone. I woke up Zaz,
Did you
but
fall asleep?
no, I was smoking.
So, you neglected the watch. Something was stolen. And you spent your time smoking.
Well, I saw that it was gone. I woke up Zaz, who went back to sleep, and I was really hungry, and so I just sat down and forgot.
Alastair gets up and scratches himself, stretches, goes over, takes a piss behind the cart, comes back. What's everyone all angry about?
With a 17, can I see...
So at this point, Mo, you've taken a big old swig, you've had a big old puff, and you come back, and you're kind of there. Again, the idea of like farmer with the smoke hanging out of his mouth going, how in the fuck? And you look and you see the drag marks. And with a 17, you see several sets of tiny footprints that are really indented into the ground. as if there's something very small but very heavy.
I'm just gonna get up. Well, I'm already up. I'm just walking in that direction.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing?
Well, someone was clearly supposed to be watching while this happened.
Watching
Like-
for what? What's wrong? What?
Can you not see that something is missing?
Did you get the haircut? No.
The
okay,
worm
no.
carapace.
Yeah. Oh,
The thing we've been using as a shelter.
it seems to be missing. Right.
At this point, Mo is just trekking along, like fucking hair everywhere, smoking, just like following the footsteps, head down, like just a man possessed, just motherfucker. I'm gonna find this shit. What are you guys doing?
What if there was something more threatening on the watch? Quirion, you've got to stop your smoking on the watch.
Well,
He's a big boy. He can do what he wants.
And our shit got stolen.
one thing that I do not care about got stolen. It was gigantic. It
You
was
don't
really...
you don't care about Alaster. What if Alaster got stolen?
Looking back and forth.
Don't joke about that. I dream of it.
I'm just gonna go off in the direction with Mo.
Okay.
Zane's gonna throw his hands down and follow in a very pissed off manner.
Okay. Zaz and Quirin, what are you two doing? You guys have the cart.
I'm gonna refer back to my most recent gift. Random fun.
Slowly pack up
What
the
is it?
camp and just start...
Sorry, I just saw your gift. All right, so are you guys heading along with the rest of the party?
Yep. Giving a nice
Okay.
distance back.
So as you follow these drag marks with tiny footprints on either side, that's where we're going to take our break.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So we will be back in a couple minutes. Hopefully we're not gone too long. We know everyone wants to know what happened to the purple worm carapace. But alas, I need to know what's going to happen when I finally make it to the bathroom. So
It was
we will
stolen
return.
by drifters.
We will be back. Hold tight.
Be right back.
Be right back.
So, the Devil's Advocates, having discovered that their trophy of the carapace of a purple worm had mysteriously gone missing in the night, are following the trail of what appears to be almost like a furrow, like a drag mark, with small sets of footprints deeply pushed into the earth on either side. So, who would like to make the survival check for tracking?
Is it Mo in the lead?
Mo is in the lead.
Yeah,
yes.
I can also do it.
All right.
Can we both
You
do it or
wanna
just
go?
him?
You can both do it, yeah.
Alright. So I'm just trying. I got a smoke in one hand. I'm just...
Ah,
16.
16 from Zayas.
uh, 8.
8. Mo, you're a little peeved, and you're just kind of following this kind of divot, this plowed earth, if you will, and eventually you kind of veer off as you know some of the footprints go off to one side, and the earth kind of just flattens out as it reaches a particularly kind of hard sandy section. Zaz, you are able to see just the faintest line of kind of scuff marks, not so much dragging as it was in the dirt, but across this kind of rockier area, it's just a portion where it's like the earth is just a little bit of a lighter color. If that makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
And you're able to stay on the trail. You follow this for maybe about, I'd say, an hour and a half-ish, give or take. And the sun today is particularly hot. It's a very hot day here in the Dragontail Valley. And eventually you come to an area where there's just a couple of trees, not enough to really be called a forest or a bush, just a smattering of trees in this plain here. And you notice that there is a small stone kind of outcropping, a rise almost, where at a certain point it looks like something is shifted and part of the ground has dropped, and there's kind of maybe a 10-foot stone cliff just kind of in the middle, providing a little bit of shade. You notice there's one very large dead tree to your right of this kind of stone outcropping. And in the shade of the stone outcropping, resting on 2 stones, you see your purple worm carapace kind of perched there, almost like a roof, almost like a makeshift tent. And underneath you see the coals of what looks like a small fire, and you see the bodies of 2 deer.
Can I just take a look around? See, like, can I try and see anything?
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh, rough.
Again, you didn't wake up good, and you started your day with a drink. You really don't see anything else other than what was described.
I guess I'll just start slowly making my way towards it.
Okay, are you heading in that direction stealthily, or just...
Yeah, I'll
slowly?
try for a bit of stealth. I've figured out where it is. I'm just trying now.
Okay, so what are the rest of you doing before we get to that?
Following Mo.
Okay.
Slowly following with the cart.
Okay.
Just enjoying the nice walk through the woods.
It's not really the woods. It's more just kind of like an area of
Thicket?
plains. Not even really a thicket. It's just a section of like plains where there's a couple trees. There's enough trees to have a bit of shade, but it's not overly dense. It's easily traversable. So, for those trying to sneak up, this will be a stealth check with disadvantage.
I'm not going to, because I don't really know what's going on. I'm not
Yep.
paying attention.
I can't exactly sneak with a cart.
That's why it's severe disadvantage.
Stealth with disadvantage. Okay.
Yes.
They're both
Doesn't
the
matter for
same.
Mo.
Something 18,
7.
19, 20.
No, it'd be disadvantage, so it's 7.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
So as you guys kind of approach, eventually from out underneath the carapace comes a very small creature, maybe about the size of a gnome. And for the players, if I was to say the word gnome, this would probably be the first image you think of, as it has a pointy red hat and a white beard, and appears to be wearing very thick metal boots. Kind of comes out and is staring at you as you're walking by, and just kind of, "What in the fuck are you doing?"
What in the fuck are you doing?
Are you doing with my piece? And I'll just point at it.
This isn't your piece, it's my piece.
Oh no, you or whoever you're with stole it from us in the night. I followed the drag marks here. You did a poor job.
Fighters keepers. Fuck you. And he kind of goes behind a rock.
I lift the rock.
No, he's like
It's a big rock.
You guys haven't even reached the camp yet at this point. You're kind of maybe, I'd say, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 feet away. He's kind of tucked, and you kind of see him poke out. He goes, "Go away."
So he has a little camp.
Yeah.
Little gnome-sized camp.
Yep.
I look back at Mo. We can trash it.
You do not want to make me angry. I am already in a bad mood.
From behind the rock, Mo, you see him pull out, like a sickle the size of him. He goes, "Wanna fucking try me?"
I will paint this campsite with your blood. Go ahead.
Zane pulls out the Wand of Wonder and points it at the gnome.
The gnome takes off his hat, revealing kind of a bald head, and he kind of reaches behind him, and he dips his hat into something you didn't see before. And as he dips his hat into this puddle of liquid, you notice that this liquid is thick and viscous and red. As you kind of look, as he pulls the hat out, dripping with blood, you look at the two deer and realize that they haven't been like cut up for food. They've been eviscerated and their entrails are everywhere. As this creature puts its hat back on and kind of holds out his sickle and goes, "I like painting with blood."
Okay.
Right, what's all this then? What's going on?
Little angry guy.
What, the little guy?
An angry little man
Fuck you.
here.
Well, I didn't mean it like you're shorter than I am. That we had that, we got it, and then
Had.
from us in the night.
Yep.
What do
Only
you need it for?
He kind of looks up, he goes, "It's a fucking hut."
Only a filthy coward steals something from somebody in the middle of the night.
Only a filthy coward would steal something from Shut the fuck up!
Zane wants to cast his Wand of Wonder.
All right, go ahead and cast the Wand of Wonder.
How
38.
38?
That's
How-
not Stinking Cloud again, is it?
No, it is not.
How far
Oh,
away?
it's not.
What's
It's
the
not
distance?
Stinking Cloud.
Ooh, it's
me a
lightning
sec, Scott.
bolt.
What's the distance between us and him?
Give me 1 second, Scott.
Alright.
Distance would approximately be about 40 feet. Okay, so lightning bolt is what Zane just suddenly casts.
Yes.
Stroke of lightning forming a line 100 feet long and 5 feet wide, blasted out from you a direction you choose. Each creature in a line must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save. What is the save of Wand of Wonder? I know it has a set save.
You think I know this? That's funny.
I'm just double checking here. 15. All right, so it has to make a dex save of 15. Yeah, it doesn't. So yeah, roll your what is it? 8d6 is what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll your 8d6.
I'm gonna.
28.
Ooh. All right. All right. So as he kind of mocks you, suddenly you just hear a as Zane, you're kind of like caught by the recoil, and you didn't know what to expect. You expected maybe a stinking cloud or something. You didn't expect like a lightning gun. As it hits this tiny gnomish creature, like straight in the chest, is fuck you, get him! And I'm gonna have you all roll for initiative at this point, please.
Do we have a map?
You will, yes.
Oh boy. 6.
Okay.
15.
That's my initiative bonus again.
Your dexterity
So-
bonus. Ah, for
Ah!
fuck's sakes.
Well, I'm glad that wasn't that important of a roll.
You put in work.
Okay, so has everyone rolled for initiative?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, 1 second here. So let me just get you this map as we get initiative written down here. So higher than a 20.
Me, 21.
Okay. Higher than a 15.
Oh, with a 15.
Okay. Mo has a 15?
Yep.
Okay. Higher than a 10. God, guys.
Sorry, I was a 6.
Okay, so not higher than a 10.
No, sorry.
Higher than a 5.
9.
Okay. And a 6 from Alaster.
And a 4 from Zane.
Okay. So, 1 second here. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So, tell me when you guys can see that map.
It's gonna take a while.
Oh, I'm.
Oh no, I can see it right away. That's crazy. That never happens.
That's good. All right. 1 second here to get the music going.
He looks a lot less friendly than I anticipated a gnome to look like. I was picturing a literal, like, garden gnome.
Yeah, that's pretty much what these look like, but terrifying.
Yeah, but terrifying.
All right. So, top of the round. Quirin, you're up. What would you like to do?
Watching all of this go down, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon level 2.
All right. Let me get you that. Why can't I find it?
Like right next to Red Cap guy.
Okay. Ah, there it is. Wasn't working for me for some reason. Wouldn't load.
And then I'm going to try and heat him.
All right, so go ahead and roll your attack roll.
Critical hit.
All right, so go ahead and roll your damage.
This leader's a dead man.
16.
16. All right. So as there's just an electric shock pass through this thing, which you assume was amplified by the steel, like the iron boots he's wearing. He looks kind of stunned for a second, kind of shaking, and Spiritual Weapon just comes in and just digs right into him. That's a fair amount of damage right off the bat, guys. Good job. Anything else from you, Quirin?
That's it.
All right. Mo, you are up. What would you like to do?
I think there's other things out there, so I'm just gonna pull.
You're real quiet for me.
Am I?
Yeah.
Am I quiet?
Yep. What are you doing, Mo?
I'm gonna hit him with Toll the Dead.
Okay. And then what kind of save is that?
Wisdom 14.
That's a nat 17.
Oh, okay.
So it
So
should take.
I
Is
don't-
it no damage or half damage from that?
just let me. No damage.
No damage. Okay, yeah. So you go in. You can all faintly hear a raven caw, but this red cap, looking at the spiritual weapon, just kind of focuses now on you all, looking real upset. Doesn't look affected by your Toll the Dead. Anything else from you, Mo?
I'll just wait.
Okay. So it's now the red cap's turn. And the red cap is going to look right at you, Mo, and is going to go, "You fucker!" And he's going to move with impressive speed. Actually, you will get an attack of opportunity, Quirin, off of that if you like.
I don't get that off of my search weapon.
Oh, that's right, yes. And it's going to use Ironbound Pursuit. It's going to move up to its speed at you, Mo. And it's going to kick you in the fucking shin. So I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Like an angry 3-year-old.
Yeah. Now you are near Alaster, so you do get that bonus.
Yeah. 21.
21. So it goes to kick you, and you kind of jump out of the way, and it's looking at you like, "Fuck you!" Just the angriest little bastard you've ever seen. It's gonna end its turn there. Zaz, you're up. What would you like to do?
I'll just do a poison spray.
Okay.
Says
Is
the
that
con
a
14.
con 14? Yes. Nat 18.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else from you, Zaz?
Nope.
All right, Alaster, you are up. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Hold Person on it. So it has to make a Wisdom 15 saving throw.
Okay, give me 1 second here. One second here. One second, I gotta check the definition of something.
Yep. Pause brought to you by Paid Shattered Pigeons.
Just trying to find a definition here. 1 second.
Alright. I decided to
That's
jump.
all right.
How's my audio? Is that better?
Much
Yeah,
better.
it's a lot better.
Okay. Funny what a minor adjustment on sensitivity will do.
Yeah, I'll allow it. There's no precedent. So yeah, okay. So it's a wisdom save
Yeah, Wisdom 15.
on Nat 16.
Okay. Then I'm going to go like that. Head over this direction.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, nothing. I'm not gonna do anything for bonus action.
All right. Zane, standing there kind of looking at the Wand of Wonder like, oh. You kind of stunned for a second. You kind of come back into it. It's like, oh, we're fighting now? What are you doing, Zane?
Let's see. I'd like to move over here
Okay.
and cast Eldritch Blast at the red cap leader.
All right. So that's 2 beams. That's your 2d20 plus 10. We'll do the math in our heads.
But I hate mental math.
Too bad.
Ooh!
Oh! So a 20 and a 30. Yes. So that'll be 3d10 plus 10. Damn.
26.
26.
Rolling a nat 1 on one of those.
He, after that double hit, he looks real sore. Like he's hurt pretty bad. Anything else from you, Zane?
Nope, that's it.
All right. So now, Alaster, being the closest, you see 2 more pop up from behind, and you just hear them like screaming, just, "Ah!" And they're gonna run towards you. One is going to run right here and is going to use its multi-attack and take its 3 attacks against you.
Oh boy.
Um,
They're feisty.
so that's a 20 to hit,
Hits.
a 26 to hit,
Hits.
and a 16 to hit.
Hits. That's my armor class.
Okay, so it's going to do. Oh, sorry, I gotta sneeze here. Hold on. gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. I know it is. Okay, it's gonna sneak up on me, so everyone be ready for that. You're gonna go ahead and take a fair amount of damage. You're gonna take 27 points of slashing damage.
Ow.
And then the second one is just gonna run up to you and it's gonna use its Ironbound Pursuit as its action. And it's gonna try and kick you square in the shins. So that's a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Let's see. 17.
17 saves. So you kind of you take the swipes, you see the other one running towards you with these big iron boots, just tung 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 tung, and you just dodge out of the way. It's just goes to take a swing at you. That's gonna end its turn. We're back at the top of the round. Quirin, you are up. What would you like to do?
Gonna move this over to here and take a swipe at Redcap 2.
All right.
14.
14 hits.
Surprising.
Ooh.
14.
14 damage. All right. As it kind of kicks, it goes to kick and goes back and looks and sees the thing coming. Goes and just, as it digs into its just almost at its neck. This is a very small creature. Anything else from you, Quirin?
I'm going to Sacred Flame the Redcap leader.
All right.
17
Save what?
dex save.
It's a dex, yes. That's a 9. Yep.
All right.
Quirin's got to adjust the height of the lawnmower setting.
Yes.
On his spiritual weapon.
Exactly.
10 damage.
Oof. Still standing.
That's it from me.
All right. At this point, Zane and Quirin and Zaz, the ones who aren't preoccupied, you guys see 3 more kind of emerge from behind the rocks up on the cliff. And they all kind of have tiny, kind of like small pouches with handles, and they're all like swinging them above their head, kind of helicopter style. And you see them fling rocks directly at Mo, all 3 of them. So these are attacks at Mo. 20, a natural 20 on the first one to hit Mo.
Okay.
13 on the second one.
No.
I don't think that hits.
No.
And a 17 on the third one.
That's my AC.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and take from the nat 20, you're gonna take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. And then you're going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as two rocks just tung, tung, hit you in the head, just obnoxiously. As you kind of look up and you see these 3 like almost clone of this Nomus thing just looking at you going, ah! That's gonna end their turn. Mo, you are up. What would you like to do?
Okay, 1 second. Beyond this froze, so I. Alright. I'm just gonna start pumping in attacks to this leader.
Okay.
He's pretty hurt, right?
Yeah, he looks pretty bad.
Alright. I'll start with 2 and just see how that goes.
Okay. Yes and yes, both hit.
Okay. So that's 14 damage.
Okay. He's standing there and he's taking it and he's bleeding, but you can tell he's hurt, but he's not showing it in his face.
Alright, I'll throw that last attack at him.
All right.
Crit.
All right. Go ahead and roll.
Oh, I didn't put a space.
No, it is what it is.
And
He looks real rough as that last one just hits him right in the right spot. He's still standing.
That's all my actions.
All right. It is the leader's turn now, and he's going to take his 3 sickle attacks at you, Mo. That is a 28. That is a 26. And that is a 25.
Yeah.
So,
Shield won't even do anything to those fucking numbers.
You're gonna take 34 points of slashing damage as like a last ditch resort, just slices you like Mark of Zorro like across your chest with this massive, like almost a wheat cutting sickle, just like right across your chest. He looks real rough though. Zaz, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Let me quickly just make sure I'm within range from where I'm at. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna cast Conjure Woodland Beings,
Okay.
and I'm going to summon 8 Blink Dogs.
8 blink dogs, eh? Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
The question you're asking for is why?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna name this Blink Dog 1.
Fucking Zazar Milan over here.
Don't.
That
Was it a
that
Caesar
was
Milan
bad.
joke?
That was real bad.
All right, Zaz, don't place those dogs where you want them.
Oops. Wrong corner. So from where I was at was going to be about there,
Okay.
and when I summon them, I can issue a command, I think.
Right.
They act as a group? Oh, they roll initiative as a group.
Yes. So roll an initiative stat for them and add their dex.
Okay. And then, yeah, I can issue a command.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell them to attack the red caps.
Okay.
So I have to roll 8 initiatives?
No, just 1. It'll be a group initiative. Yeah.
Right. And then add their dexterity. Okay.
What do they roll? Let's see.
13.
13. Okay, so. Oof. Their turn just passed, actually. All right. So they will act on initiative count 13. You just want to keep them in that kind of formation?
Yep.
All right. Is that it for you?
Just that guy there. Aside from that, what about there?
Okay. Alaster, you're up. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Zephan's Engulfing Eruption.
Okay.
They must make. It is an aura, so they don't make any. Oh, dexterity saving throw of 15.
Yep, they succeed that.
Okay. So, I guess they take half damage on that.
Yep.
Half damage.
6. And that'd be a 10, so they take 5 damage each.
Okay.
And going to cast Hunter's Mark on Red Cap 1.
Hunter's Mark a cantrip.
Yes, it is. No, it's a bonus action spell.
You can only cast one full spell. If you're going to cast 2 spells, one has to be a cantrip.
The fuck? Alright. Then I guess I don't do anything.
All right. That brings us to Zane. Zane, what are you doing?
I want to cast Eldritch Blast on Redcap 2 and 1.
Okay, so 1 on each.
Yeah.
All right, so roll that 2d20.
Oh.
So because you said 2 and 1, the shot
Yep.
against 2 hits, shot against 1 does not.
Okay, so that's 1d10.
Yep, 1d10 plus 5.
8.
8. All right. So, Alastair, you see a beam go right past your ear, and just smack Redcap 2 like square in the jaw, and you kind of hit Quirin's spinning top, and you kind of look as the beam hits the top and ricochets and hits you in the face. It doesn't do any damage, but if you ever used a grinder and it kind of kicked in the weird way and you got sparks in your face for a split second and panicked,
Yeah.
that. Oh god, oh. Anything else from you, Zane?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right. So it's now Redcap 1 and 2's turn. Redcap 1, seeing what Zane was doing, is going to use Ironbound Pursuit and is going to run up to you. Alastair, do you want to take an attack of opportunity?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Uh, 27?
27 hits.
Hold up. 6 and 6 is 12, and 5 is 17. So 17 damage on the...
Did your sword do 3d6?
No, I can reroll ones.
Ah, that's what it is. Okay. I was going to say, I'm like, where's that extra d6? It's the 1 reroll. Gotcha. All right, so 17 damage. So you kind of catch it in its stomach as it goes by, but it's just focused on you, Zane, and it's going to run up and try and hoof you in the shin. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Hoof me in the shin. Okay.
Yes.
Dex.
Dex.
18.
18 succeeds. So again, having seen these things try this before, you see it running towards you with a tung. You know, and you move your leg, and just kind of goes wide, and it's just looking at you, just. And I imagine you kind of look back and you go, just kind of as you're just growling at each other. Redcap 2 is going to take its multi attack against you, Alastair. That's a 23, a 20, and a 18.
They all hit.
10, 15.
Damn multi-attack.
Uh-huh. You take 29 points of slashing damage.
Oh.
As it just as it just like Mark of Zorro's you, it just catches you just right in the right spots in between your plates of armor there, just kind of digging right in. This is a pretty rusty, not very smooth blade either. These are not happy cuts. Top of the round now. Quirin, you're up. What would you like to do?
I am going to hit Redcap 2 with my top.
All right, so go ahead and do that.
28.
28 hits.
Nine damage.
9 damage. It's looking pretty rough. Just it's kind of forgetting that the top's there, having dug into Alastair, it just catches it right underneath its arm, and you at this point, Alastair, you can start seeing some actually like greenish blood coming out from underneath its arm. Anything else from you, Quirin?
Sacred Flame on the Redcap leader.
All right.
Dex.
That is a 20.
Fuck. Miss.
Yep. It's just kind of moves out of the way. It doesn't have the highest dex either. That's actually a pretty impressive roll. Anything else from you?
Nope, that's it.
All right. So the red cap's up top. They're going to look at the blink dogs, and they're going to kind of look at each other and go,
Oh, these motherfucking things again!
and they're all going to kind of group up here, or attempt to. And they're each going to take a sling attack at one of them. So just for the sake of like making it easy, let's say 1, 2, and 4. So I'm not sure a blink dog's armor class. 20 on an attack of 20 on blink dog 2.
Give me a sec.
Yep.
Just sent you the stat block in there too.
Okay.
What was the first one?
20.
Yep.
Okay, so blink dog 2 is going to take 8 points of damage.
Blink dog 2. Okay.
Yep.
Am I keeping track of these, or are you keeping track?
I'll
of these?
keep track of them.
Okay.
The attack on blink dog 1 is a miss, and the attack on blink dog 4 is also a miss.
Okay.
That's going to end their turn. Mo, you're up. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna try and kill this leader.
All right.
So... hit.
What is the roll?
17.
All right,
Sorry.
yep, 17 hits.
Uh, 10 damage.
10 damage will put him down as you just kind of strike upwards and you cleave him in two, and he kind of stands there for a second and goes, "Fuck!" and just kind of folds in half, just with like a sickly green, like ichor kind of like that just kind of flops onto the ground like a Tarantino blood splatters.
And then I'll move behind Mr. 1
Okay.
and put 2 attack him. Uh, 13 and 27.
Both hit.
Oh. $17.
He looks so bad as you just come up behind him and 2 big swipes into his back, and there's just huge gaping wounds now. He's looking real rough.
I'll pop action surge.
Okay.
I'll throw one more.
All right.
One.
20? Yeah.
Oh, this is a D6. Six.
Actually, he had 6 health left.
Yeah.
So you just push it ever so much, and you just add that center cut right up the middle of that X, and you just kind of, it just kind of starts gargling as this greenish blood kind of covers him, and just falls face first on the ground onto his own sickle, may I add.
Alright, that's it.
All right. Zaz, your dogs.
Mm-hmm. So I've been planning us out.
Okay.
We're gonna go.
Okay. You're
We're
blinking.
gonna go over here. No, they're just running.
Okay, so that is a 10-foot raise. That's a 10-foot cliff there.
Ah, okay. Well, then yeah, they're gonna blink then.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
Sure. And then whoop,
Gotcha.
and these guys over there.
Okay.
I guess.
Probably
There,
right
but-
there on the rock.
Yeah.
All right.
kind of just proportion these guys.
Yep.
We're gonna do a whole lot of attacks.
I figured. All right, let's see here. What do you have? Yeah. Your teleport is an action, but for the sake of cool, I will allow it.
Yay. Before and after teleporting, the dog can make a bite attack, so we can even like withhold the really cool.
That's weird. My stat block doesn't say that. 1 second here. Let me check the one you sent me. No, it does say that. That's weird. Huh. It's that whole thing where sometimes shit's just left out. Before or after teleporting, the dog can make 1 bite attack. Yep, there it is there. So, I take it Red Cap 4 is taking 3 attacks, 3 is taking 2 attacks, and 5 is taking 3 attacks.
4 is taking 3, 3 is taking 2, 5 is taking 3.
Gotcha. Okay, so let's roll the attacks on 4 first.
Yeah. I'm gonna...
So many attacks.
Yeah. 8, approximately. Thank God they don't have a multi-attack.
You want me just to like control V this 8 times?
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so the first 3 are on number 4. Miss, critical hit. So number 4 will take the 2d6, whatever it is.
2d6?
Well, yeah, because you double the dice, because it's a crit.
Right. Oops, forgot the space.
Oopsies.
4 damage.
All right. Number 4 is going to take the 18 and the 17, both these hits, so it's the 2d6 plus 2 in this particular case.
12.
12, and number 5 only takes 1 hit.
6.
All right. That was surprisingly painless. All right.
And I guess for my action, I guess it's a cantrip, right?
Well, see, here's the thing. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you haven't done anything. That was the Blink Dog's turn.
Yeah. They go before me.
Yep.
Fucking dog.
So, do what you want to do.
I'm just gonna cast Chill Touch because I can only do a cantrip. And I'm gonna do that on Red Cap Dose.
Red Cap Dose. All right, and that is Chill Touch is a hit, right?
Hit.
Let's see here. Does it hit?
23.
23 hits, yes.
I hope so.
Yeah.
$12 damage.
12 damage. As the damn it. As the ghastly cold hand comes up out of the ground, Alastair, you just see this palm kind of grab this Red Cap like right by the cojones and just pull him down into the ground. You just hear and he just kind of freezes up in ice and is just dead.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else from you, Zaz?
No, that'll be it.
All right. Alastair, you're up. What would you like to do?
I'm going to look around, and I'm going to not notice that anything is near me. So I will heal myself 40 hit points.
Okay.
And there. I will move.
All right.
Move over this way.
All right.
That's all I can do.
Okay.
Actually, I'll use bonus action on Hunter's Mark on Red Cap 3.
Oh,
Okay.
jeez.
Zane, you are up. What would you like to do?
Sorry, I was trying to figure out my shit. It suddenly wasn't moving.
Oh, it is what it is.
I just want to cast both Eldritch Blasts at Red Cap 3 and 4.
All right. So
Is the Alastair in the way?
At this angle, no,
Okay.
because they're kind of elevated. So. All right, so 26 and 18 both hit.
Okay. So 1d20 plus 5?
1d10 plus 5, twice.
Oh, yeah. 1d10 plus 5, that's 1. 1d10 plus 5, that's 2.
Okay, so an 8 and a 13. All right, so as they're all dealing with these dogs, Zane, you pick your shot and just as they're all trying to figure out what to do with these very angry looking dogs. As you just see them both just blindsided on either side. You can't hear them up at the top go, fuck! Just this horrible, just tiny little screech. Anything else from you, Zane?
No, that's it.
All right, top of the round, Quirin, you're up. What would you like to do?
That's 60.
Okay.
And I do it. I can. Sacred Flame on Red Cap 3.
All right. Natural 3.
That is 13 damage.
And that's on 3?
Yep.
All right. So as it kind of recoils from the Eldritch Blast, you see the gray flames covered. He goes, "Oh my god, why?" It's just not having a good day. Anything else from you, Quirin?
That's all I got.
All right. It's now the Red Cap's turn. So, oh fuck me running. What is the armor class of a Blade Dark here? Okay. So, number 3 is going to use its multi-attack and is going to attack 7, 8, and 6 each once. Hit. Oh, fuck me, it's a hit. Okay, so on 7 is going to take, oh my god, there, and 8 is going to take that, and what's the other one? 6 is going to take that. Okay. Then Red Cap 4 is going to take its 3 attacks against the 3 surrounding it. So that would be 4, 3, and 6. That's a hit. That's a hit. Fuck me, it's another hit. So, oh my god. On 4. On 3. And on 6. And then 5 is going to take its 3 attacks on 2, 5, and 1. Jordan, I'm so... Fuck you. Hit. Oh, my God.
Everybody learns spells that summon things.
No, that's fine. Just not 8 things.
It's Jordan's duty to fuck up battle as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm well aware. And then... 1. Oof, finally some decent fucking damage. It's not a lot. Okay, so that's gonna end the Red Cap's turns as they're dealing with the puppies. Mo, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna take a leisurely jaunt.
Okay.
This way, and oh yeah, well within it. I'm just gonna hit Mr. 3 with a chill touch.
All right, go ahead.
Spell attack on. Oh, that's nice. 17.
Yep, that hits.
$12.
12 points of damage. That's on number 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's looking rough. Anything else from you, Mo?
That's it.
All right. Jordan, your fucking dogs.
Doing it 8 times again?
All right.
And
Why don't I just do 8d20 plus 3? And then we just
I'm
add
wondering the
them
same thing. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And here comes the list of spells that are now banned.
Oh no, there's no list of that. Okay, so the ones. Let's see here. So 3 attacks on 4, 2 attacks on 3, 3 attacks on 5.
Mhm.
Okay, so the first 3 are on 4. That is a miss, a hit, and a miss.
I guess I never miss, huh?
So is that 2d6?
Be 1d6.
Close to 1.
Only one hit.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so the middle 2 are 2 misses,
Okay.
and then the last 3 are 2 hits.
6.
Okay, Zaz, it's your turn.
Chill touch on. Fuck it. 5.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
Yep. It's a 9 hit.
No.
No, I can live with that. And
Okay. All right. Alastair, you're up. What would you like to do?
I'm going to trudge over this direction. and,
Okay.
I don't know. Move past a dog, I guess. I can't
Well,
really.
You can't occupy the same space as the dog.
Yeah, you have to just sit like that.
The fuck? God damn it!
Can you not just like let go?
No, I can, but like,
Well, if you go on that diagonal, you're still within 5 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, all right,
Yeah.
fine. And I am going to use a divine smite
Okay.
at 2nd level.
Okay.
See, that was a question I had. Was it doesn't say you're using a spell; it just says spending a spell slot. Is that the same as casting?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So, doesn't matter anyway, though. So, I guess I'll do 2.
Okay.
Okay, so this would be to hit. So 18
Yep.
would be the first one. Okay. So we'll just do that damage first. Alrighty. What is the so that's the weapon damage.
Okay.
And oh my god. So 32 damage on the first attack.
So you know Garen's ult in League of Legends?
Yeah.
That.
Well, so it was between 32 and 38, somewhere around there. Okay. And is it alive?
No.
Okay.
It has
So I
45 health and it has taken damage.
So I guess
There's just a red mist.
okay.
Like
so,
it's so dead. Not red mist. It's a green mist.
so I
It's like
guess
it's gone.
instead of that second attack, I'll move my hunter's mark to red cap 4
Okay.
because it fucking exploded. And yeah, that'd be the end of my turn.
All right. Zane, you are up. What would you like to do? Wand of Wonder, Alastair.
I'm just gonna stand in that same spot and cast Eldritch Blast at 4 and 5.
Okay. Do the thing.
It's nice when your spells just have a range of 120 feet.
Mhm. Eldritch Blast come up to 500.
Yeah.
13 and 24.
Both hit.
Okay. So, what is it? 1d10 plus 5?
Yep.
Here's first.
Okay.
Here's second. 9 and a 12.
All right. They're both not having a good day. Is that it from you, Zane?
Yep.
All right, Quirin, you're up. What would you like to do?
From forward. Sacred Flame on
Redcap 4.
What is the save?
Dex 17.
17. Okay, yeah, it's a 16, so yeah.
10 damage.
And that's on 4. So yeah, he's fucking dead.
Yay!
Just oh god, it burns! And just that's that.
And then 26 to hit the other one.
Yeah. His armor class is 13. Let's just do that.
7 damage.
7 damage. He is still standing.
And that's it for me.
All right. So, it is the one red cap's turn. And Ha 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 ha. Do I? He is going to turn and attempt to run away. Moving out of the 3 Blink Dogs range. Would they like to make an attack of opportunity?
Of course they would.
Yeah.
I think you needed a bit more smugness in that, Jordan.
Of course they would.
Hit, miss, hit.
Cool. 8 damage.
So he's going to turn and attempt to run away. And as he does, he's going to turn and go, fuck this! He's going to turn. And as he turns his back, all 3 of the dogs are just going to like full on literally dogpile on him. And as all of you kind of turn up to look at the kind of the pinnacle of this hill, you just see like green blood flying everywhere. And you see his little hat go in the air and slowly float down and land in a puddle of blood at the base of the hill. That's that. So, you're now out of initiative order. What would you guys like to do?
Immediately underneath the fucking carapace looking at the camp.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over with Quirrell and just back in battle formation. How long do they last, Jordan?
An hour.
Oh my god. I guess I'll start searching the 2 eviscerated bodies.
Out of nowhere, a meteorite just lands on the dogs and just "Ow!" And that's it. No. So you're just investigating the camp?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so make investigation checks.
Can I do that too? Everybody's
Yeah,
doing that?
if everyone would like to make an investigation check.
Sure.
19.
22.
9.
Critical fail.
13.
Okay, so Mo, did you watch Pokemon as a child?
You ask silly questions.
Okay, do you remember a specific episode where Pikachu fell in love with Ketchup?
Yes.
No.
No? Pikachu cuddled that Ketchup like it was the thing that he loved most in this world. That's Mo on top of this carapace right now, like, I'll never leave you again, baby. Oh, I love you so much. Oh, and he just kind of leans down, gives it a kiss. He goes, it's okay. It's okay. The rest of you. Looking at this camp, it's fairly simple. It looks as if, predictably, it's been freshly set up. What you see is a number of skeletal remains, not exactly clean bones. It looks as if they've been hacked up rather hastily, and you see in like puddles of blood all across the ground that look like they've been dug out and have been filled up intentionally. There's 2 fresh deer carcasses here. Again, not well butchered, just kind of hacked open. It's a pretty gruesome sight, and it smells like death in here. In terms of worldly possessions, you don't see much. Who rolled the highest?
22.
22. Quirin, you do see, strangely enough, it's a fairly... It's actually kind of trampled, but there's a leaf on the ground that seems wholly out of place, actually. Zane and Quirin both make a nature check or an arcana check.
Nature or Arcana?
Yeah.
Well, I could
Nope,
probably go
7.
with either.
7. Okay. 19.
19.
Okay. Quirin, there's a lot of places you haven't been. You haven't really read a lot of, agricultural journals. Zane, being an alchemist and having studied plants and reagents and stuff, when Quirin holds up this rather trampled leaf, you kind of look at it for a second, and to your surprise, you cannot identify what it is at all. You've never seen it before.
It's a pretty high check.
How big is this leaf?
About the size of like a maple leaf.
Yep. I'm gonna just slip it into the book that I've been reading.
Okay. It's a little trampled, so it's got kind of that bend where it's a little kind of wet in that one part, but it looks okay. But yeah, for the most part, not a lot here. Some scattered bones. Obviously, your purple worm carapace. 6 decimated carcasses. 8 dogs doing the hamster dance.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah. It's a gruesome sight, but freshly set up.
Can I take a moment away from the carapace and just start to I'll just like I don't know if they're gonna help me, but like I'm just gonna throw all these non-gnomes into this pile of like gruesome gore
Okay.
and just like try to check them as I go through.
Okay.
Just kind of leave them in their own filth.
Yeah. They're all wearing metal boots. That as you pick them up, you notice that they don't clink or clank or anything. They seem to almost be like fused to their feet. It's strange, kind of how they're formed. But for the most part, none of them really seem to have much on them, except for a number of kind of large pebbles, a makeshift sling. Each of them have a different sickle that's kind of notched and curved and bent and rusted in different ways. They all have pointy hats that seem to have been caked with blood and are brown on the inside.
I'm just throwing them in that pile of absolute filth, and I'm just gonna get ready to put this carapace piece back on the cart and get the fuck out of here, because this is... Even I find this a little bit disturbing.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna pet a dog.
Make an animal handling check.
Okay. Might be fun.
With summoned animals.
Nine.
Hey Zaz, how do your dogs react to Alastair?
Nervous.
They're doing like the side eye,
Like Molly does.
like Molly does, like our dog. Just like, As you pet one, it just it tucks its head a little bit and its ears go flat. And the rest of them kind of back away as you're petting this one. And you can see the one dog's looking at the other's like, help me.
I mean, they did just see me fucking wholly explode a thing, so I guess.
I'm seeing the fucking Brian getting pet in the supermarket. Too hard. Gonna bite.
All right. So, you guys have your carapace back. What would you like to do?
Let's Mo, you wanna help? You wanna drag the thing back and we'll get going?
I just like go to one end, you know.
Yep.
Back in the cart, ready to drive it.
All right. So you're able to, at this point, you figured out how to move the carapace. Get back on the cart. You head back to the road. Are you guys just heading towards Dragontail still?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So go ahead and make those final 3 perception checks. Who's making morning, who's making afternoon, and who's making night?
I am the night. I mean, I'll take the night.
Okay.
Good morning.
Mo morning.
I'll do
I'll do
afternoon.
afternoon. Oh, Corinne will
I'll
do
take
afternoon.
morning then with Mo.
Okay.
One of you guys want to take evening on? I've been doing it for the past 2 times.
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay, so morning rolls. Let's do those first.
You said perception, right?
Yep.
14.
9. God damn.
After everything, despite the fact that you're all maybe a little bit bloodied, some of you maybe not at 100%, it's pretty calm. You can tell you're getting closer to the city by just the sheer amount of carts that are heading the other direction opposite you. And you get the occasional wave, kind of like the farmer's wave, the 3 fingers thing. Afternoon, make your rolls, please.
That'd be me.
I'm
Hiya!
afternoon, you're night.
Oh shit. My bad. So.
Oh, fuck it, we'll swap them.
Okay. 12. Again, not overly busy, but at a certain point, Alaster, you see a familiar stand next to the side of the road.
Just everyone look the opposite direction and just keep going.
Huh?
As everyone kind of looks the other direction and Quirin, you go, huh? You kind of look and you see the wand seller from before. And he kind of looks, he goes, ah! And suddenly he kind of freeze frames, and him and his cart, him and his kind of table, both turn into like cardboard cutouts and fall forward.
What?
Yeah.
Like you see a backdrop and the backdrop just kind of falls over?
Yeah. Like he was moving and then suddenly, uh-oh!
Nope, not my problem.
I'm gonna make an intelligence check to see if I understand what the fuck just happened. 12.
Magic.
I like that.
I bet you did. All right.
I just point. Zane, you should learn that trick.
Zane then turns into a cardboard cutout and falls. No, I'm joking.
Fucking
Falls over.
Naruto
Yeah.
technique, turn into a log.
All right. So, Quirin, you are the knight.
15.
15. You're focused on driving, and you feel something vibrate in your pocket.
There's a phantom vibrate.
Just slowly take it out of my pocket.
It's a sending stone.
Yeah, figured.
It's kind of glowing.
What do I, tap it against something?
Nothing happens. It's still just.
They gave me to communicate with them, but I don't bite it a little bit.
Somehow your tongue manages to hit the symbol properly. And she just kind of goes, oh, that's an unpleasant sound to start with.
Sorry, but I completely forgot how to use this thing.
Okay. Just checking in. I had an agent tell me that you are going to reach Dragontail by dusk.
Yeah, we went the opposite direction. We were kind of running away from Swordbreak. There was a lich problem that we didn't want to get involved with.
Smart. As I told you, stay low. I assume you haven't done anything that would attract any attention to you?
Does killing lawn gnomes count?
Quirin, you look back at the purple worm carapace you carried through Swordbreak.
Thinking of the gigantic display we put on at the play as well.
A giant golden beacon of a man.
A number of things, but nothing past our normal.
That's what I was worried about. All right. Well,
She sounds very uptight.
Can you
I
hear
can
her?
hear him.
Can he hear you?
Yeah.
Okay,
I assume
good.
it's like a voice emanating.
She's
Yeah.
on speakerphone.
Okay, yeah.
She's like, well, since you're here,
Quirin, pass the ale.
I take it that's your shiny friend.
Yes.
Since you're going to be in Dragontail, I'll let the royal court know that you're here. I'm to understand they wish to speak with you directly in regards to the events in Redwater.
We also need to contact, what's the name? Milner. There's a woman with the last name Milner.
I'll do some digging. However, let's say tomorrow afternoon, find your way to the High Palace. Tell them that you are the Devil's Advocates. Tell the first guards at the gates you see this. Do not try to walk in. Is that clear?
Guards at gates, tell them we're Devil's Advocates.
And then just leave?
No, you will be escorted in. We
Hmm.
need to have a discussion with you. You may have answers to some questions that we suspect we may have come to the same conclusion. We just want to confirm before action is taken.
Hmm.
Regardless, enjoy the city. Something tells me that a few of you are going to be a little uncomfortable.
Sorry, Quirin. You're that person.
You said a few. Am I more than one?
Quirin. You know every city you've gone into that you feel uncomfortable?
I'm just gonna go and just click. The stone kind of fades. The light fades away.
Right, that one
Quirin,
to send, that one to accept. Okay.
You know how you normally feel uncomfortable in a city?
Yes.
Take and amplify that.
And almost on cue, Mo, as you're explaining this level of uncomfortability that Quirin is about to face, you look out on the horizon as the sun is now going behind the mountains, and you see the lights of houses. As you travel down the road and get closer and closer, cottages begin to spring up along the road. And eventually you find yourself in what is typically called a shantytown, or a town outside of the city limits that is formed there out of convenience. As you travel further and further in, the houses get closer and closer together. They become denser, and eventually the path that you're on is no longer a dirt path, but eventually transitions to cobble, and eventually beautifully wrought stone bricks. And as evening falls on Dragontail Coast, Devil's Advocates, you look upon the walled, three-tiered city of Dragontail.
Home sweet home.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Big gate. Neat.
All right. So that was a session. Lightning bolt hurts. It's just in.
We got gnomed.
We got gnomed.
Red caps aren't gnomes.
We got gnomed.
I'm going to repeat. We got gnomed.
All right, everybody. Well, if you stuck with us thus far, thank you, as always. We will be back next week for the biggest city in the coast, the coast's namesake. I'm going to suggest that this is probably not an episode you're going to want to miss, because I think I know my players, and they're all idiots. So this should be funny.
Some of us more than others.
Someone is going to say something. It should be good.
Raisins.
There it is there. All right.
Shenanigans will ensue.
All right, everybody. Good night, and I suppose bon nuit.
Bonne nuit.
On
Stay safe.
Wait for it.
Goodbye.
There it is.
Bye.
Stay safe, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.